I now would like to introduce the Honourable Dave Hancock, Minister of Human Services.
Thank you very much, Louis. It is really an honor and a privilege for me to have the opportunity to be here on behalf of our Premier Alison Redford and all of my colleagues in the Alberta government, and with Rachel Notley and on behalf of all of our colleagues in the legislature, to celebrate Daughters' Day and to help as we start thinking about what it means and why we need to celebrate and commemorate. And thank you, Councillor Sohi, for your kind remarks about the social policy framework and the work that we're trying to do. Because while we can celebrate a society where we have equality, where we have an understanding that all of us have equal opportunity, should have equal opportunity, we can celebrate the successes and we can be proud of our community, we can be proud of the place that we live in. We also have to acknowledge that we have work to do. While this is, we can say with some degree of pride, perhaps one of the best places in the world to live and to work and to raise our families, we're not by any stretch of the imagination where we ought to be when it comes to really reflecting the equality of all people and the equality of opportunity for each and every one of our children. And so when I too got the phone call from Guturian Badia about talking about Daughters' Day, initially it was sort of, what would that be and how would that assist with what we're doing? But I soon got over that to a point of saying, yes, we do need to have an opportunity in public to celebrate how far we've come and what we are as a society, but also to very clearly recognize that even here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, not every girl is treated with dignity and respect. Not every girl has the opportunity to seek, to be able to make the choices that she wants to make. That we have violence against women and violence in families, and yes, we have violence against men as well, but predominantly it's violence, sexual violence against women, family violence, that really sets back women and children and families from achieving success and being what they can be in our community. We need to recognize that. We need to recognize that in some of our families, girls are not given the same choice and opportunity. We need to recognize that if we want to end poverty in our community, and when we did the social policy framework across the province and 33,000 Albertans talked about what kind of a community we want to live in, first and foremost, they want to end poverty. If we want to end poverty, we don't just look to Africa to say that empowering women in Africa will help their communities. We look to our own community and saying empowering each and every citizen, particularly empowering our girls to be the success that they can be, will help us break that cycle of poverty. We don't have to look too far beyond our neighborhood to know that we have young girls having children in our community, and that there are things that we can do to change that. So I want to thank Dr. Badia and all of the people who had the initial idea that if we bring out and celebrate and commemorate Daughters' Day, yes, we can celebrate the fact that we are a society where girls and women can be whatever they want to be. And we can also recognize that we've got a long way to go to make sure that every girl, every child in our world, but every girl has the opportunity to be what they can be and to be able to contribute back to the community and continue to make this a great place to live and to work and raise our families. So thank you for being here. Thank you to the committee for pursuing this dream and pursuing this day and making this the second day. And on behalf of our Premier Alison Redford and all of our colleagues in government, thank you for being here, for bringing your voice and lending your voice to making sure that while we have this ideal, we also live it and make it real. Thanks so very much.
Thank you, Minister Hancock, and also thank you for your continued support for Daughters' Day. It's always good to have you. I would like to take this moment to introduce the Honourable Tim Uppall, Minister of State and Multiculturalism.
Well,
Thank you very much, and it's great to be here on behalf of the Government of Canada and the Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Stephen Harper, to join you for this great day. It's great to be joined by my colleague from the House of Commons, Linda Duncan, and representatives from all three governments. Great to see. Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm very honoured to be here. Your mission of celebrating the lives, contributions, and achievements of all daughters in society is to be highly commended. Events like this one, the second annual celebration of Daughters' Day, go a long way to educating the public and decision makers about the continuing inequalities, human rights abuses, and barriers against our daughters. Every girl and woman is a daughter, and all daughters have made a significant impact in our lives. It is important that we take the time to recognize the contribution their lives and achievements have had on our society, and that we work to end inequality and violence against our daughters. Prime Minister Harper and our government are committed to working to end violence against women across Canada. Since 2006, our government has provided funding to projects that address the serious issue of violence against women and girls. Just last November, our government announced support for projects that engage young people in addressing violence against women on university and college campuses across the country. These projects will address a wide range of issues related to violence against women, such as sexual harassment. Our Conservative government also is working to end inequality for women. Just last April, we introduced an advisory council to promote the participation of women on public and private corporate boards, as we promised in Economic Action Plan 2012. The role of the Advisory Council for promoting women on boards will be to advise our government on how industry can increase women's representation on corporate boards. This is just another step towards our government's top priority of creating jobs and growth and long-term prosperity for all Canadians. In closing, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the organizer of this wonderful celebration of Daughters' Day. You have done an amazing job. I encourage you to keep up the great work. I'd also like to say a special thank you to all of those that volunteered here today. With your time and efforts, none of this would not have been possible. Thank you, and make sure you take time to thank the daughters in your lives. And when I told my daughter, who's 5, that it's a special day for her, it's Daughters' Day, she used the opportunity to basically boss her younger brothers around. So it's already empowering.